Arsenal versus Manchester United. Here we go again. I mean, there's a lot of debate going on about this one on who starts. I can definitely see why there's a lot of debate, especially around William Saliba as well. But look, I mean, William Saliba, he'll be integral, don't get me wrong, but I think if he comes on, he comes on as a substitute, in my personal opinion. Now, looking at the table right now, I've actually noticed that Arsenal has the best defensive record currently amongst the entire table, with only 1 goal conceded. Which is a shame, really, because you think, going back to that Anfield game, we could have had clean sheets all around. We could have been in the most perfect position. Shame, really, but look, with Man City right now, they have conceded 4 goals. And it says here they've won 2 games and lost 2 games. I haven't really been paying too much attention to who they've been playing though, so don't quote me on anything that is said here. But we've got to beat them. Just factually, we have to beat them. If we can win today, and then we can beat Newcastle next week, if we can pull that off, we will have set ourselves up in a very comfortable position league-wise. You can granted, we could have got a result against Liverpool at Anfield, but outside of that, we've had an almost perfect start to the season. It's just a shame that we didn't get a result against Anfield, because we'd be in such a strong position afterwards if that happened. But Liverpool, say what you will about Liverpool, but they've conceded 5 goals in 5 games. Granted, they've won all 5 of their games, but the way that they're playing is very unsustainable. Now, earlier on today, they got their result quite comfortably instead. They got their goals in early. And I've seen a lot of people complaining about the time, but I don't want to comment on that. I didn't really see much that happened. I didn't watch the game that time, but as I say with Liverpool, and this isn't much of a criticism to Liverpool per se, I'm not trying to have a go here, but I think Liverpool, they're going to want to learn very quickly how to win games more comfortably. If not for the results, then for the health and safety of their fans. But Liverpool, they have a tendency to use a little bit of voodoo magic whenever they're entering the final 10 minutes or so. Didn't happen today, but it's going to happen again later on this season. As for Arsenal, however, I think Arsenal in general are playing quite well and are showing real qualities. Not that Liverpool aren't, but if we're talking about Arsenal, I think we have the squad depth, we have the quality to go into these kind of games, to miss a few players like Bukayo Saka, like William Saliba, like Martin Odegaard. We can start missing these players now, and yet it still won't massively impact our performance. And that's the kind of squad that Andrea Berta has built for us. And that is why, first of all, best signing that we've had all season has to be Andrea Berta. The amount of people that he's brought in, the amount of quality and class that we are seeing on this pitch, I'm getting a bit comfortable with that, if I'm honest. I can get used to it. I still think, and this is a debatable one, I know, but I still think we should be looking for a left wing. If you ask me, Eze, don't get me wrong, I appreciate what Eze's done on the left wing, but his natural position is the midfield. So if we had a proper out-and-out left winger who could guarantee us good performances week in, week out, and we can move Eze into the midfield, there's plenty of rotation there already. Imagine what else we could do. But we do have some good players overall. And Eze being in that position for now, I'm not going to complain about. He has performed well. But it's also quite good as well to have both Martinelli and Trossard to be able to come on after a while. And look, I've given them the most crap out of every fan. I have. But after Champions League game, I do have to kind of give them their credit here. But anyways, as I'm saying, I don't know who Man City lost to, so I'm not going to judge too harshly on this. But as for Arsenal, looking at the games that we played, Man United, Leeds, and then we played, was it Liverpool? We played Liverpool, and then we played Nottingham Forest. And then, of course, you look at who we played in the Champions League. We played Athletic Bilbao. And Athletic Bilbao, first of all, absolute club of class. Everything that they did there was so classy, such entertaining football. And secondly, the way that we performed in that game, I wouldn't say we were at our best, but the fact that we could go up against the competition away that looks quite equal to us actually, and really put us under pressure, does give me a bit of confidence going into this. I do think we have what it takes to beat Man City. I think we have what it takes to beat anyone. And Man City, I think Man City hasn't been on their best form recently, although it does look like they might be getting back into it. However, I won't judge too harshly, and it's best to just let the football do the talking here. But anyways, we're gonna start off now with our with who I want as our starting 11. Starting off in goal, David Raya, pretty self-explanatory. He's our Premier League goalkeeper. He's one of, if not the best in all of the league. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he does have some serious quality. In the defence, I'm going to say Gabriel, who I think's been one of the best centre-backs in all the Premier League. And to partner with him, Christian Mosquera. I just think, look, even if Saliba's fit, I think Mosquera is just undroppable right now. And I don't know how fit Saliba is. I wasn't able to check up on that. But even if he's fit, I still think Christian Mosquera gets to start the game. Now moving on to the left wing, I've gone with Calafiori. And Calafiori, I've always said with Calafiori, his biggest weakness is how injury prone he is. And the fact that he hasn't gotten injured yet, which is surprising me right now, because he's normally injured 24/7. But the fact that he hasn't got injured right now, it goes to show he is a quality player when he gets to play. Hopefully, this is a sign that he's going to sort this out. That this injury proneness stuff is slowly moving away from him. And if that's the case, then our defense has gotten even stronger. And in the right wing, right back, of course, I've gone with Jurrien Timber. Best right back in the league. I will hear no debate over it. Moving into the midfield, Zubimendi. Again, Zubimendi, he is our starting central defensive mid. He does win the ball back quite often. Very comfortable in the defense. Might have made a mistake or two, but he's very good at recovering, I've noticed. He loses the ball, he runs straight towards it. He doesn't go back or anything. And look, that's a quality that we've needed for a long while now. Is just winning the ball in those really important areas. To partner with him, I've gone with Declan Rice. I think we have every reason to start Declan Rice. And partnering with him, a few debate here, but I'm actually going to go with, you know what? I'm going to go with Ethan Nwaneri. I think Ethan Nwaneri has that talent in him, and the fact that he can push the ball so far forward on his own and really make things happen in that midfield, it goes to show that's the kind of player that we're going to need in the midfield. Now, in our attack, I've gone with Noni Madueke. I'm not really knowledgeable about how Saka's doing, but as I say, even with Saka, I just think Noni Madueke is still so undroppable. He's proven himself so much, and we started a petition to not sign him. But look, he's proving he's worth it at this point. He's proving that he's going to be a fascinating addition to this Arsenal squad. Pairing up in the other wing, on the left wing, I'm going to say Eberechi Eze. I think, okay, maybe the Champions League match wasn't his greatest, but we still know exactly what he's capable of, and he has to start. He absolutely has to start that left wing. And of course, the striker position has to go to Victor Gyökeres. Who else? With Victor Gyökeres, I see a lot of up and down with him. Some people telling him he's not good enough. Other people kind of backing him, saying he's absolutely good enough. I think we just need to continue playing to his strength. Continue playing to his strengths, and he will produce for you. He's not going to be the guy. He's not going to be the guy that runs around left, right, up, down, backwards, and centre. But he is going to be the guy that barest minimum is going to force their defenders on him, giving space for the left and right winger. But when he gets in those positions, he's dangerous. And if we can just get him in those positions, if we can get the ball to him in those positions, he's gonna make them struggle. But anyways, that's my match preview right now. Like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I will see you guys for the match review of Arsenal versus Manchester City. Goodbye for now.